Hey everyone, it's Christie, a Formula 1600 racer and former go-karter. Just last year I found myself winning the Oakland Valley Race Park Championship, a really cool and fun championship out of New York that attracted many professionals, some IndyCar drivers, some prototype drivers, and it was just a really good place to race. I also found myself at a lot of national events, SCUSA, WKA. I started off the season in junior and then moved up to senior, and just learned a lot year-round in go-karts, and it was just a great season. Being that I turned 16 very recently, I started driving some formula cars for Team Pelfrey, the F1600 car, which is looking like where we're going to be headed for 2020. As I'm moving on to car racing, doing F1600, the Pro Series, the FRP Series, and then the Canadian Series, I'm really going back into my, karting stuff that I've learned over the 3 or a little more than 3 years that I've been doing go-karting, and trying to find just some of the highlights of my karting season where I felt I performed the best, and really just trying to go through the video, find what I can sort of teach people, especially new people to karting, and even people who already know what they're doing to karting, to just some of the tricks I learned to win when I could win, and even when I didn't do so well, knowing why I didn't do so well. I really have high hopes for this channel. Most of it's going to be, for now, from my karting at Oakland Valley Race Park, where I was pretty dominant for the season. I mean, I won races, the championship, by a pretty solid margin, so I'd really like to go back and look as to where my success came in that. I'd also like to start doing a new thing that I'm pretty excited about, where I really get other people's videos from either driving an OVRP or in general. Either it's new drivers, experienced drivers who are quick and know what they're doing, or maybe are just starting out. They can basically send in their video to me. Either they can DM me about it, just say, hey Dylan, do you mind if I send you my video with my Instagram, which is down below, or can comment through this. They can really reach out to me any way that they can. I recommend through Instagram, and they can send me their video, and I will review anyone's GoPro video footage they have from a race in one of my videos, completely free. I will review your video. I'll sort of do it as I'm doing now, as you'll see later on in this video, with one of my own, where I show the mistakes I've made as well as some of the strong points in my driving. And I think it's a really useful tool to use. It's extremely easy. I'd like to do it for as many people as I can to help grow this channel, and it's something that I'd really take advantage of. Very shortly you'll see a demo with one of my own videos where I go over Club Race 10 at Oakland Valley. It is the pre-final. I won by a few seconds. I forget how many exactly, but it was a very successful race for us. It was in the dry, unlike this one here that you see. I'd really like to actually get to reviewing this video, so if this channel gets attention. This race I won by a little over 10 seconds, so if this channel gets attention, I'll go over this race. It's a big part of racing in the rain and racing in general that I really like to go over. So for now, just watch this video that I'm about to play coming up pretty shortly, and if this channel gets attention, if people maybe send in their videos, contact me through Instagram about my channel, I'd say the easiest way to send in your video is just send it to the email in the corner of the screen. Just take the file from your GoPro chip, your SD card, whatever, and just email it right to that email that you'll see above. If that's too tricky or you don't know how to do that or whatever, just DM me and I'll help you out. It should be really easy, really fun, and really simple. It'll be a cool way for me to grow the channel, so I really appreciate that. And I'd like to say just one more time how cool OVRP was for us this year. It was just really a fun championship, and I actually got to work over there over the summer doing some coaching for the McAleer camp, for Tim Hannon, just their arrive and drive drivers, and it was really just a great experience. So if you haven't heard of OVRP, been to OVRP, it's Oakland Valley Race Park. I'd really recommend going there. It's a fantastic track, fantastic community, and you just love it. And if you've been there, you know that already. So I'm gonna get into the video now. Club Race 10 at Oakland Valley in the dry, and enjoy. Hey, it's Dylan Christie here, going over Club Race 10 at Oakland Valley Race Park. This here's the pre-final. We played more of a reserved qualifying, ended up qualifying third, which is actually a really good starting spot. That's a video I'd like to talk about later on if this channel can get some attention. Generally speaking, it's better to have more of a reserved qualifying. Don't do anything too risky. Just try and start up front, especially since Oakland Valley, you get both a pre-final and a final. Now, starting third at Oakland Valley can be really good because you don't have the pressure of starting on the up front row and making a mistake. There you can see in turn 2, I tried to go for a pass to the lead. I made the smart decision to back down, but really didn't have the best judgment. Should have known that I wasn't really close enough to make a pass for the lead, but still worth a try considering I didn't lose any spots. Now, up here, I'm really presented with the situation where I'm going to have to make a choice. The driver in first here is going to choose to go defensive, and I'm going to have to make a choice whether to go defensive with him or to go wide and try and set up to get up close to him when he goes defensive and I take my normal line. I have the situal awareness to know that the competitors behind me aren't really that close. I was looking behind me a bit coming out of turn 3 a bit earlier, and that's sort of where you have to be creative to know where the drivers behind you are, especially on quick sections like this where it's hard to look behind you. But I make the choice to run my normal line, not to go defensive into this tight hairpin here. And you'll see I end up catching the driver in first out of the exit of the turn. So that's really a choice you have to make, because going your normal line you risk getting passed for third, especially an aggressive pass for third, where you might not catch the leader again. But you also have the chance to gain a lot, which is sucking right back up to first, which could have really big benefits and allow you to get the lead early on. So that's a choice you have to make as a driver, whether you want to play a more reserved card and go defensive, or if you think you really have a low chance of losing anything and running your normal line. Now, as you can see here, my somewhat risky but smart decision ended up sucking me right back up to first. I call it right back up to him. He's a driver, Alex from OVRP. He's an incredible driver. I'd like to say that right away. Now, coming through this final turn right here, going onto the straightaway, I go for a pass for the lead. Here I'm a bit closer. Now, I want you to notice how straight my wheel is. So I'm not side by side with Alex here going for the lead, but I have my wheel pointed right at the inside of the turn. If you look where the wheel's pointed and you look where the turn is, I mean steering wheel specifically. Now, really all the grip is at the apex of the turn, which you'll see when you come right up to it. So hitting the apex is so important here because it, 1, shortens the distance, and 2, it's where all the grip is. It's just how the track was made. The turn's kind of banked. So when going for a pass, the most important thing is not being side by side, because you can be side by side and really mess up a pass. It's making sure that you are pointed straight at the apex, because it might hurt your exit a bit, not getting pointed straight on exit, being so focused on pointing straight on entry, but you'll really get to the turn before they will, because as you can see, Alex is running a normal line. He is setting up to drive normally, whereas I'm setting up for a pass, and I have my wheel pointed perfectly straight, and you'll see the effects of that. Now, it wasn't perfect. I got down to my apex. I could have gotten a little closer, but you can see I actually had a little counter steer at one point, which really scrubs speed and is not ideal. Then again, these are cold tires. This is lap 1. It's not going to be perfect, but sometimes it's actually better to overdrive a bit in the earlier parts of the race, especially when passing for the lead, because it gets heat in the tires, and also it just ensures that you at least get a good run through the turn. It won't be perfect right away, but it was good enough to get a pass for the lead. Now here I want you to watch both screens, the one on my screen and the one in the corner. So basically I've gone defensive here in turn 2 for multiple reasons. The first and main reason is because I pointed so straight early on in the turn and got a point at the apex. I wasn't going to get as good enough of a run as the driver I was passing. So it's important that I go to the inside to cover up the turn and to make sure that he can't go straight back by me. and for another reason. And you can find that reason by looking in the corner of the screen, where you can see that the third and fourth drivers were actually pretty close to us, and by making a pass, it slowed both me and Alex down and allowed those two to catch up. And really, you want to go defensive there because it actually allows those two to catch up to us. So now you have me in first, and then Alex, a phenomenal driver, right behind me on my tail. But now you have third and fourth in the mix, and third could potentially try and pass Alex for second. So despite Alex's speed and ability to quickly go right back by me, third has now passed second, so it's created a bit of a gap that could even keep a phenomenal driver like Alex from catching up to me in first right away. It's created a bit of a gap that, as you'll see, will have enough for me to break the draft and really start pulling away to end up winning the race. Now I'll let you watch how that plays out. You can see I've defended. Third and fourth have now caught up to us. You can see that little mini screen of the person who took the video. They've caught right up to all of us, and I take my normal line, and third actually shoves his way past second to take second over, and you can see that little gap that gave me really made me break the draft, get where I'm no longer breaking the win for them, and really gives me an opportunity for, if I'm faster, I can pull away, and regardless, now I have that lead. It would probably be enough to win off of that. All the drivers are pretty close in speed at this point, and you can see that little lead that's gave me from third passing second from me defending, and you can see how sort of the decisions I've made have sort of piled up, where that I defended, third caught up to second, third passed second, slowed second down, and now I've gotten a bit of a lead. So that'll give you a bit of an idea of how to start a race at Oakland Valley in the dry. This doesn't just apply to Oakland Valley, it applies to any track, and hopefully you've learned a lot from this. I'd like to make a whole lot of more videos like this. This was really fun for me. I'd like to get into more videos about how to do more driving stuff as opposed to racecraft and starting races. However, I'll make more videos like that too. I might start reviewing some other drivers' videos soon. I really like people to send me video. You can send it to the onboard. You can send me your onboard to the email below, or you can DM me. However you want to do it. Like I said before, should be really fun and easy, and you can learn a lot. So that's all really I got for this video, but I'd like to make many more of them. So if I can really get some attention, even just viewing the video, DMing me, sending me your video, commenting, liking, whatever you want to do, the more attention this gets, the more videos I can make, and I want to make more videos. So thank you to everyone who's helped me this season in general, and that's all I really got for now. Hopefully I can make some more videos. Remember to like and subscribe.